Hi everyone, I'm LaQuannaDivine and welcome to your Scorpio New Moon Pick a Card reading. Ah, let's just say that I'm excited to do this reading because I'm doing this reading with my Carolyn Miss Archetype cards. And I really like this deck because it's definitely good for the type of energy that is being presented to us with this new moon. So, before we get into taking a deep breath and everything like that, I want to kind of go and share some information with you all about this new moon before you choose the card that calls to you. And I will be giving this information in Eastern Standard Time. So, if you live in a different part of the world, this new moon may have took place yesterday for you. All right. The new moon in Scorpio will take place on Sunday, November 15th, 2020 at 12:07 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, a lot of us could sleep during this time. Some of us may have been awake. But anyway, the new moon in Scorpio early on Sunday marks the beginning of a new cycle, presenting an opportune time to commit to personal goals that express the positive energies of the sign of the Scorpion. This phase of the moon occurs at 23 degrees and 18 minutes of Scorpio. The weeks ahead of this new moon are good for focusing on some of the constructive traits of the sign of the Scorpion: passionate, resourceful, focused, probing, deep, and perceptive, and consider how to positively develop and incorporate these qualities into our lives. Scorpio new moons are suitable for working on our own self mastery skills. We may want to pinpoint those things that make us feel out of control, such as addictions and debts, and work on freeing ourselves of these emotional burdens. The new moon cycle is also opportune for exploring what is missing in our lives that leads us to engage in these self destructive behaviors. This cycle represents an opportunity to rid ourselves of junk in our lives, material and spiritual. With this potent Scorpio energy, we have the chance to make important changes in our lives. Each sign teaches us valuable things, and one of Scorpio's lessons involves learning to dig deeper into the mysteries around us instead of always being content with the status quo. Taking the time to understand others' motives can enrich our feelings of intimacy, forgiveness, and meaning. Scorpio also teaches us that dedication to one meaningful relationship or undertaking can be significantly more satisfying than spreading ourselves around. Here, quality over quantity applies. We might want to use this cycle to focus on and develop one special project or relationship to help add purposefulness and depth to our lives. It can also be a time to seek ways to release our fear of confrontations and heavy emotional situations. We're discovering that although they may be uncomfortable, these situations can lead us towards psychological healing. This new moon harmonizes with Jupiter, Neptune, and Pluto. We can easily drum up support from others and motivation from within to accomplish our goals. Yes. Awesome. That is beautiful. I just wanted to give you guys some insight on the new moon. Now, there's also something else I want to share with you all in reference to this new moon from a different astrologer. So let's go forward. On the 15th of November, just a few days after Mars goes direct, there is an intense new moon in the deep, watery sign of Scorpio. The moon is not traditionally always comfortable in this sign, even though water is her favorite element. It can reveal our collective dark side, our shadows, and all the monsters under the bed that we are afraid to confront and see. Symbolically, the new moon is a dark time, a time of going inward rather than outward, a time of manifestation as she waxes and grows in light in the coming weeks and months. Combined with the shadowy, secretive sign of Scorpio, we can expect this new moon to be particularly deep and mysterious. The traditional ruler of this sign, Mars, is still sitting in his home sign of Aries, the warrior. We may feel a collective upsurging of action, of needing to plan intentions that push us into taking control of your situations. And this applies to the worldwide stage too. Mars is widely aspected to Pluto and Venus, which may bring about extra drama and pressures on our relationships, especially no, specifically in our romantic relationships. However, this can be work relationships too, as Mars rules work in general. With the intensity of Scorpio combined with Pluto and Mars, we will also need to be mindful of not allowing our shadow parts to take over. It's common to see moments of violence, feeling like we have to be ruthless or dominant in order to get ahead. It's important to never judge ourselves for our normal human feelings, but to instead be proud that we don't act on them. Okay, so for some of you with the Scorpio energy, it may be some stuff that come up. All right, maybe you may feel like you want to get violent. All right, maybe you may feel some underlining dark energy that make you feel like you need to do something to get over on someone or to dominate in order to get ahead in your life. So the most important thing here with this Pluto and Mars being combined with this full moon is to not allow your shadow side to take over. Not allow yourself to uh, let those lower tendencies um, take over. All right. So back to it. It's important to never judge ourselves for our normal human feelings, but to instead be proud that we don't act on them and to keep a good eye on world events and how they unfold. Now, that's another one I want to get into. I need you guys to pay attention to the collective energy. Be careful of your sources and where you're getting information from because the mainstream media is not sharing all the tea. Again, the mainstream media is not sharing all the tea. This is the perfect time, you all, to use the Scorpio energy to dig deep behind the scenes. What is really going on? Don't take stuff at face value. But this is the energy and the time to really, really dig deep into what's going on in this world. Not only in this world, but what's going on behind the scenes with you. What is it that you know you need to work on? Okay, what energy is in you that you feel is dark that needs to be purged? We all have that shadow side. Very good time to allow that to come up and deal with it. Okay? This is a new beginning, a new cycle. Do you want to take all the stuff that you accumulated from the last cycle? You want to bring that into a new cycle? Or you want to let that come up so you can deal with it? Perfect time. Pluto is, after all, the modern ruler of Scorpio and can bring on profound, deep transformation, along with the Venus like energy of Scorpio new moon. What do you want to burn all the way through to the ground and resurrect? What is it in your life that you want to burn all the way down to the ground and then resurrect? This is the theme of the Scorpio new moon, and it's not airy fairy. It's also important to take into account the Mercury Uranus opposition, as that may have our plans becoming disrupted and our minds changing every few minutes as new stimulus and information comes into our environment. The challenge here is to stay grounded and not overreact to the constantly changing status quo. This is, after all, post election, and likely that interesting new news emerges. Pay attention, you guys. Pay attention to what is going on collectively. Finally, Saturn and Pluto square Libra Venus which further disrupts our romantic and personal relationships, making it hard to find compromise. Power struggles are possible, as well as feelings of insecurity, guilt, and problems around pleasure and joy. Money issues may become prevalent, and we are asked to prune, to be careful and reserved. In love, we are asked to look at any toxic dynamics and find new ways of dealing with them in order to make ways for a deeper and truer intimacy and togetherness. Rather than giving into the collective shadow, let us rise above and transform. Be reborn. After all, Scorpio rules death and rebirth and knows just how to turn coal into diamonds. Yes, we may feel extra pressure and intensity around this new moon with karmic endings even coming about, but we might look forward to the next 6 months to see the results of the hard work we put in now. Let us be very careful of the magic we work with, of the rituals we do. Let us face our shadow together and be as kind as possible to ourselves, each other, and the world. I just had to read those for you all because I felt like those were great explanations as to what this energy is bringing in. Give me just a second. Let me make sure this is recording because I don't want to be talking and it ain't been recording. All right. Everything's looking good. So, with all of that being said, now that I gave you all the spill on this Scorpio new moon, we're going to go ahead and take a beautiful deep breath in, and then I'm going to allow you all to choose the card that calls to you. Now, there will be time stamps in the description box. So make sure if you don't want to watch this whole video because this will be quite long. So if you don't want to watch all the way through to the card that you choose, just take a look down below in the description box. I will have the timestamps to each card down below. So with that being said, before I ring my singing bell and we take a deep breath in, let me go over the crystals. If you're attracted to card number 1, this is red jasper. So red jasper goes for card number 1. If you're attracted to turquoise or turquoise, or aka dowd highlight, you would pick card number 2. If you are attracted to tiger's eye, that would be card number 3. If you are attracted to mahogany obsidian, that would be card number 4. And if you just so happen to like tektite, then your choice would be card number 5. So we're going to go ahead and take a beautiful deep breath in. As you take this deep breath in, go ahead and focus your energy on the crystal that calls to you. This reading is intended to show you what parts of yourself this new moon energy is bringing up for you. And we're going to see how spirit wants you to deal with those things. Or let's just see why these things are coming up. Either way, we're going to get down to the bottom of this energy for you all. Just go ahead, take a beautiful deep breath in, and choose your card. 1, 2, 3, breathe. All right. Going to move that out of the way. And we're going to get started on those of you who chose card number 1. Now, before I do that, I would like to move other cards out of the way. Where do I want to put them? I'm going to slide these forward. Okay. And then we're going to bring the one that we're focusing on right here to the middle. All right. So for those of you who picked red jasper, let's see what archetype, what type of energy within you this new moon, Scorpio new moon is bringing up. And just think about all of the things that I spoke on with this energy as to what can come up for some of you. So let's see what this is. Oh, for those of you who chose card number 1, this Scorpio new moon energy is allowing you to really see um the guide card, the light attribute. It says represents the nature of the divine in life and in yourself. All right. So a lot of you could be, um, you could have a guide, okay, like a teacher. Well, I'm not going to say teacher, but okay, you may have a pastor or evangelist or someone that's spiritual that you look up to. Um, this also could be energy within you, okay? Maybe some of you may do work in the church, all right? Maybe you are an evangelist, maybe you are a pastor, maybe you are a guru, some type of guru of some sort. Maybe you're a sage, a crone, okay? People could come to you for guidance, okay? But this can also, for those of you who pick card number 1, this can also show up in the shadow side. All right. Maybe you could have ran into someone who tried to prostitute your gift. Okay. Maybe you ran into someone um who you can tell only does these things, or only, you know how you could tell the people, like for instance, I'm a reader, and I have different clients that come to me who have been to other readers who have scammed them. All right. So this card can also represent, you may have experienced something as to where you went to someone, a pastor, evangelist, a deacon, um, maybe you went to another reader, or maybe you've gone to someone that you thought was a guru, you could trust them, and maybe you experienced something with someone that placed financial gain and control. um you could see that they were operating in a spirit of manipulation, as to where you could see they really didn't care for you. They only wanted your money, or they only wanted sex. Okay. Maybe you were someone, okay, for some of you, ooh, this is deep. Oh, ooh, this is deep. My goodness gracious. For some of you, I am getting the feeling that when you are a child or coming up in the church, someone that your parents trusted. Okay, this is someone that your parents trusted. This person, um, this person touched you. This person touched you inappropriately. This person tried to sexually abuse you. This person tried to molest you, or maybe they may have molested you. And this is something that you did not speak of. All right, this may be something that you never told your parents. And this Scorpio new moon energy, you may get triggered. And this may bring up this for you. And it's so important for you to talk about it. I don't care if you're 30, 40, 50, 60 years old. I don't care. This energy is a purging. Okay. So if this is something that you have dealt with, if this is something where you have been manipulated, even if they didn't try to sexually abuse you, but this may have been someone that you trusted. Your parents trusted. If you were a kid, this could be someone your parents trusted. If this happened to you when you were older, you may have been a part of a cult, okay, where this person used their spiritual gifts to manipulate others, to do sexual things. Oh, it's just so much for me that is pouring in with this card, and then more so is the shadow attributes of this card. All right, so this can definitely speak on things like that. When you are young and you go to church, you trust the pastor, or you trust a certain deacon, or okay, maybe you were in the choir and certain stuff took place while you were in the sitting right there, sitting in the choir right in the middle of church. It's just so much coming up for me that represents the shadow attributes of this card. For some of you, you may be a guide. Like I said, the light attributes of this is people may come to you. Maybe you are a preacher. Maybe you are an evangelist. Okay. Maybe you are some type of spiritual type of guide for someone. Maybe you're a reader. All right. People may listen to your readings, come to you for spiritual advice. Oh, but the heavier energy of this, what I really feel is that for some of you, this may be coming up. Okay. You may have a child that comes to you and tells you things about someone who you thought you could trust your child with, but come to find out, they were doing things that were inappropriate to with your child. It's so much. So my heart really goes out to you all. And no matter how long ago this has taken place for you, I really feel like this is a good time to speak about that and get that energy out. Don't hold it back. I don't care how long it was. If you need to confront this person, confront them. This is the energy to do it. This is a time to heal and transform that, because in a lot of ways I can feel that this holds some of you guys back. Some of you guys don't even trust people, okay? Because this person put a bad taste in your mouth when it comes to even trusting those who call themselves spiritual, those who call themselves religious leaders. Oh, this is just, it's just bringing up so freaking much for me, you guys. Mm. Wow, wow, wow. Oh, I just feel the need. I don't even know where that deck is, but I just feel the need to pull out my surrender deck again to see, what needs to be released. Give me a second, y'all, to get this particular deck out because, oh my goodness, spirit, that was heavy. Heavy, 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 because some of you guys have been holding on to this for, some of you guys are in your 50s. You're in your 50s. This happened to you when you were a kid. You never told your parents about it. You never said anything. It's time to talk about it. Like I said, I don't care how long ago it happened. Mm-mm-mm. But like I said, which either side of the coin you're on, okay, because like I said, for some of you, just to take my attention away from this dark side of this particular card that I really feel like those of you who pick card number one, you are someone that is a guide, or you may see with this new moon energy in which ways your own spiritual experience allows you to share certain information with others to help them in their lives. All right, this may even be, you may be the one. Okay, you may be the one that's guiding someone through this particular situation, is what I was saying. When you ran into a spiritual leader or religious leader that took advantage of you, okay, maybe you are someone that already dealt with this, and now you're working with others to help them to restore their trust in fellow humans, because sometimes you can go through so much, especially when you're on a spiritual path or a religious path, and you're really trying to get close to God, or you're really trying to figure things out, or you're really not trying to live in sin, and then you go to this person, this preacher, this evangelist, this deacon, whoever you felt like you can trust, and then they damage you even more. Maybe you were judged. Okay, let's just say you live an alternative lifestyle. Maybe you're a lesbian. Okay, maybe you are a gay man. Maybe you've been judged by people you felt, were supposed to lift you up and things like that. Maybe you were just, oh, it's just so much I'm getting. Divine source, heavenly angels, benevolent spirit guides, and ancestors. What would benefit those who pick card number one to surrender to? Because it is just so much coming up when I look at this card. My goodness, oh, that's way too many. But yes, so some of you are God. Okay, some of you will be helping others. For some of you, um, this may have been something you've been doing all your life and not even realize how much of a God you've been to others, how much you've helped others. Some of you are paying homage to the people who have helped you. All right. Some of you may want to give back to those who have helped you through your darkest times, or those who you have felt been a light to you. Divine source, heavenly angels, benevolent ancestors, and spirit guides. What would benefit those who pick card number one to surrender to? Would benefit those who pick card number one to surrender to? With the Scorpio new moon, when it's to come out. All right, we have surrender your addictions. Whether you're addicted to substances, food, people, sex, or overworking, take action to begin to heal the addiction and replace it with healthier alternatives. All right, so some of you with this guide card, you may be addicted to overworking, or it may be something that you found yourself doing. Let's just say you were molested by one of these people. Okay, maybe you find yourself starting to eat a lot of food to cope with that. Okay, you never told no one about it, but okay, maybe you started to put on a lot of weight because food was your outlet to that. All right. You may be attracted to, you may find yourself attracting the same type of manipulative so-called spiritual people or religious people. Okay, you may be wondering, why do you attract these certain type of people? That energy has to be moved from your field. Okay, some of you may find that, dang, I all I do is work. All I do is work, 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 work. And I realize I've been a workaholic because it's some stuff I've been running from. It's some things that I need to deal with. Okay, that I've been holding off, that I need to really, really address. So for some of you, there may have been some addictions that have that are a manifestation of some things that took place when dealing with these so-called people. For some of you, it was money. For some of you, you really got you really were bamboozled. Okay, someone just told you if you did XYZ, if you paid them this amount of money, then this could happen for you and that could happen. And some of you lost some money behind these people that were supposed to be a guide for you. All right. For others of you, you may see where you lost money. Well, I'm not even gonna say lost money, because if you were doing this, I feel like for some of you, this reminds me of one of the other pick a cards I did, but for some of you who chose this card, I feel like for some of you, it's your good heart that you may have failed, like in at some point in your life, you may have had a hard time financially due to you always being the one to help others, always being the one to give a a helping hand, and being a guide for other people. So that is another thing that I'm feeling. Man. At the bottom of the deck, we have surrender to passion. Get out of your head and feel the fire in your belly. Focus on the people or activities that ignite your passion and let it flow. All right. So when you guys do decide to deal with the things, especially this, I really, really feel more so is the shadow side. That energy is very, very heavy for those of you who have dealt with things with people that you trusted. And this is spiritual, okay? Spiritual or religious people that you may have trusted that either sexually abused you, either manipulated your mind, it's just all kinds of things. So I would say go with whatever scenario which fits for you. But it may be some addictions that need to be dealt with based on things that happened from the past. Like I said, for some of you, this is some stuff that took place in your childhood. You're 50 years old, but you still never talked about it. Okay, some of your parents may have even passed away and you never told them what happened, but you need to talk to someone about it, because it would not be coming up right now with this energy of this new moon. It's for you to purge it, purge it, purge it, purge it. For others of you, like I said, you're seeing in which ways that you are able to help and guide others using your own spiritual wisdom that you have gained through your own experiences. So yes, that is what I'm getting for those of you who chose card number 1. We're going to go ahead and move on to card number 2. Now, if you chose turpentine, aka howlite, dyed howlite, turquoise, whatever, let's see. We got hero. Hero. Passion for a journey of personal empowerment. That's the light attribute. And the shadow attribute is escaping a false sense of heroism. Spirit, spirit. What do I get with that, spirit? hmm. For some of you, this new moon energy is allowing you to see in what ways have you conquered your fears, because as you see, they're both climbing a mountain. And for some of you, you may have recently gone through some things where you felt like you had to climb a mountain, where you felt like you wasn't going to never get to the top of this mountain. But you overcame the odds of whatever it may have been, whether it may have been something material or spiritual. But those of you who chose this card, Spirit wants you to know that you are a hero. You're your own hero. You know what song I'm hearing right now? Mariah Carey. A Hero Lies in You. Let me see if I can find that song, because I really feel the need to play it for those of you who chose card number 2. So let me try to get that on, play a few seconds of that song, because that song definitely just came in my spirit when I heard that. Let's see. Mariah Carey, Hero. Ooh, also hear another song. Some of you need to stop trying to save people who don't want to be saved. Y'all know that 3-6 Mafia song. Don't save her. She don't want to be saved. I'm hearing that too. Some of y'all are trying to be a hero for someone who doesn't want it. It's like you can't. The people who want help, you will know if they want help. Like you can't help someone that doesn't want to change or doesn't see an issue with their behavior and things like that. So some of you is trying to help somebody and be a hero to someone and save someone who don't want your help. All right. But going back to Mariah Carey, Hero, let's hear that sister bless us with a few. And the sorrow that you know will melt away. And then you come along with the strength to carry on and cast your fears aside. And you know you can survive. Yes, 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 yes. So I feel my message to you all who chose card number 2 is no matter what you're facing in your life, look inside your heart and know that a hero lies in you. You don't have to look outside yourself for anyone to save you from these circumstances that you may be facing. Because for some of you, it may really be some heavy stuff that's coming up. And maybe you are. Maybe you're operating from your shadow side. Okay? Escapism. Okay? Escapism. Not really wanting to face these mountains that are in front of you. But if you really, really look deep inside yourself, know that a hero lies in you. Know that no matter what you face, this same mountain that they're climbing, you're going to get to the top of it. And when you get to the top, you're going to realize your strength. You're going to realize how strong you are. All right. You're going to realize that, you know what? All these obstacles and experiences that I have experienced allowed me to see, number one, where I may be falling short, where I may be falling into the place of victimhood, where I may be not realizing my own strength. So I feel like for those of you who pick card number 2, this Scorpio new moon is going to be presenting certain situations to you in which you will see your own strength. Others of you, you will see where you've been practicing escapism, where you have not been really facing these mountains that's right in front of you. Okay? Where you're going to see where you've been looking the other way. But now this energy is forcing you to deal with those things that need to be dealt with. All right? And then you'll see your strength. Oh, what else do I feel? Put this on here. What else? What else for you guys? Over there. Also, for some of you, you may face a situation as to where how can I say this? You may face a situation as to where, like, you know how someone going back to card number one, how someone may have like this sense of power. All right. I feel like some of you are giving someone else too much power over you. All right, too much power over you. This person may try to use their power to make you feel less than. All right, or maybe these are some attributes that you have. In what ways do you act or feel like you're better than others, and then you look down on them in a particular way? There's all kind of things that I'm feeling as well coming up with this card, but the main thing that I'm feeling for those of you who pick card number two is the message of the Mariah Carey song. Realize that a hero lies in you. Okay, don't play the victim. Whatever challenges and situations that you're facing in your life, dig down deep within, and get that strength that's needed to face these challenges. Okay, because you will reach the top of this mountain. It's just up to you. Are you going to play the victim and have a pity party? Are you going to realize your own strength and how you can be your own hero? Okay. I'm going to go into my surrender deck. Spirit, what messages do you have for those who pick card number two? All right. We have surrender stubbornness. Okay. So that lets me know that some of you who pick card number two, you may practice escapism. You want to play the victim. You don't want to see, or you can't have, or you have a hard time seeing your strength. All right. You may have a hard time realizing your personal power. All right. So we have surrender stubbornness. If you're tensing up or taking a rigid stance about something, okay. Now, spirit is funny. Spirit is funny because spirit knew those of you who picked card number two, when you heard these messages, you were either going to try to be in denial about the stuff that you do. But the only way with the Scorpio new moon, remember, I read all of that for you all. The only way to get out of playing the victim, the only way of getting out of practicing escapism is to, number one, not be in denial. Like, if you know you're someone that plays the victim, all right, I always feel like somebody got to save you, and not realizing your own, maybe you have people around you that pacify you. Maybe you have people around you that cater to this victim energy. And if you want to realize your own strength and your own power, you really have to surrender to stubbornness. If you're tensing up or taking a rigid stance about something, gently observe yourself and become more yielding. This will help you communicate more lovingly with others and yourself. So it's just about being real with yourself. At the bottom of the deck, the underlining energy is to this is to surrender unhealthy relationships. Let go of relationships that don't serve you, including unavailable or toxic people. How are certain people toxic to you? How are these enablers toxic to you? Do you have friends that don't tell you about how you play the victim role? Okay, do you have yes men all around you? All right, you need to take a look at your relationships and see in which ways, number one, for some of you, you're trying to save somebody that don't want to be saved. So, in which ways do you need to let go of relationships with people who don't want your help, who don't want you to save? Don't save her. She don't want to be saved. Like, what relationships in your life that you know that are unhealthy for you? Okay. Are you the person that's always there? And then when you call on this person, they can't be there for you? They always come to you with their sob stories. All right, so this is a message for those of you who pick card number 2 to really not be stubborn. All right, don't be stubborn when it comes to these situations. If there's people in your life that you know you got to let go of because there's no even reciprocity in the relationship. They always come to you with their sob stories, and when you need a helping hand, they can't be there for you. When you just need a listening ear, it's always an excuse. They got to go. Somebody calling or somebody on the other line. Really, 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 really take inventory of your relationships and see, are you the hero here? Really, really take a look at your relationships and see, are you the victim here? Are you the one that always got the sob story? In which ways can you empower yourself? So this is what this is about. It's all about empowering yourself. All right. Passion for a journey of personal empowerment. So for those of you who pick card number 2, this may be bringing this Scorpio new moon cycle may be bringing you a whole journey of personal empowerment. You may be faced with certain situations and challenges that make you realize your own power, that make you have to dig deep in to realize your own potential and power. Like I said, others of you may be operating in the shadow attributes of this card, practicing escapism, not wanting to see the truth about yourself and others in your life. So again, this energy of this new moon will be bringing certain things up for you, for those of you who pick card number 2, that's going to test you. So be ready to be tested in your relationships. All right? Those unhealthy relationships that you know you need to let go of, take inventory, love. Take inventory. All right, moving on to those of you who chose Tiger's Eye. Ooh, visionary. I love this card. Ooh. Some of y'all are scheming. All right, I'm not going to get on y'all that scheming first. Let's go into the light attributes of the visionary card. Capacity to envision what is not yet conceivable to others. Willingness to proclaim a vision without regard for personal gain. Some of you really are visionaries. Some of you have certain people that you want to work with, that you see. I feel like some of you have this vision. Number one, keep this vision to yourself. Write this vision and make it plain. That is what I'm hearing. Write the vision and make it plain, because some of you have a great vision. All right. Some of you have some great business opportunities, or it's just so much different things that I see with this card. But those of you who pick card number 3, I want to tell you, whatever your vision is, don't let nobody stop you. Don't let your own self stop you. Don't let doubt stop you. Don't let fear stop you. Okay? Some of you, wow. Some of you even have inventions. Wow. Some of you got some inventions you're working on that's going to be very suitable for the future. Others of you, I feel like those of you who pick card number 3, I just feel dreams. Okay? A lot of you may be having very, very intense dreams with this cycle, with this new moon cycle. Others of you, not just talking about astral dreams, like when you go to sleep and dream, but just your waking dreams. What is it that you want to do with your life? You have this vision, you see it, and I want to tell you to go for it, because you're going to make it happen. Your own tenacity, your own drive, your own willpower is going to make these things happen. And for some of you, this vision that you have, it involves other people that you see are visionaries as well. Some of you are going to be coming together with other people to make something happen, to bring something into fruition, to manifest something. Yes, others of you may definitely have the gift of prophecy. For those of you who pick this, you may have the gift of prophecy. You may also be a seer, all right? You may be seeing stuff before it happens. You may have just told someone, like I said, as far as dreams, you may have had a premonition, all right? And that you need to share with someone. Just pay attention to what's going on for you with this cycle, all right? Because there may be some messages that you need to deliver okay, that God wants you to deliver to others. So if it's anything, if you dream about anyone, even if you're just sitting there, if you work, um, let's just say, you go to work and God tells you to tell one of your coworkers something, just pay attention, because a lot of you are going to be delivering some messages this cycle. All right. Pay attention to your dream. um Also, this visionary card speaks on just you seeing, you know how they say, look at the man in the mirror. All right. So you may be looking at yourself and seeing, wow, how can I make this world a better place? Or I feel like the world would be a better place if XYZ existed. So I'm going to spend time researching and gaining knowledge on this particular thing that I know that I can share with the world to help better the world. You also could be, as well with this particular card, you could be taking a look at your life. You could be taking a look at certain relationships or certain behavior patterns and things in your life as to where you're seeing, like, man, you know what? Like, I see where I messed up back there. Or I see if I would have did X, Y, Z, I would probably be way more further in life. So you may just be taking this time to look back over your life and see, dang, you know what? This particular way of thinking held me back then. And this is where I'm at right now. And now that I recognize this is where I'm at, what behavior changes or what modes of thought do I need to change in order to make this particular vision? As you can see, she's holding this crystal ball and she's gazing into it. So some of you have a vision, all right? And some of you, this vision was something that, you may have started working on in high school when you graduated high school. Or maybe you wanted to go to college and you never went. And you can see now, like, you know what? I think I'm going to start some college classes or whatever it may be for you. I just feel like these are big dreams and these are big visions that some of you have. And I feel like Spirit is saying, okay, this is a new beginning. Take the time necessary that's needed for you to bring these things into fruition. Now, the reason why I said some of y'all are scamming, and y'all know who y'all are. Some of y'all out here scamming. Okay. Selling insights to the highest bidder, compromising your vision to make it more acceptable. Now, when COVID first popped off, there was a lot of things taking place. And I feel like for some of you, you guys definitely took advantage of some of these things. But now you're seeing that all money ain't good money. Some of you ran through this money. All right. Some of you, this money caused problems in your relationships. Okay. Some people may have had their hand out feeling like you owe them, or, oh, I told you about the lick, so you owe me such and such. Or I just feel that type of bickering with this particular card showing up. Also, pay attention to, when I told y'all earlier not to share your vision with people. Like, if you share your vision or dream or anything like that with someone else, pay attention to that person's body language. Pay attention to how they acting. All right. Pay attention to how they even respond to you, the words that they use, because it's someone around that is jealous of your vision. All right. Don't share everything with everyone. If you're going to share something, share it when it's finished. Share it when you've taken all the necessary steps and you did everything and you're done. Because for some of you, I just also feel this energy here of someone, like, let's just say you shared a vision with someone, right? And then they're jealous of you on the low. So they may try to, like, talk down on, oh, you think you're going to do that? That might be a little bit too much. You think you can handle that? Like, just try to downplay your vision. Watch out for things like that. Also, when it said compromising your vision to make it more acceptable, don't compromise for anyone. Okay, don't compromise. Do not compromise. But let me go into my surrender deck, you guys, and what other information comes up for you guys. But for the most part, I feel like you guys are definitely going to be, some of you are definitely going to be having premonitions that you need to share. All right. You may be seeing the future. All right. Um, some of you could definitely be um prophets, seers. Okay, you may have the gift of prophecy. So as I stated before, you may be sharing things, information, all right? Maybe you get the feeling someone's pregnant. Maybe you went to a restaurant, walked past a girl and just got this inclination, oh my God, this girl is pregnant. Then you go up to her and tell her, look, you're pregnant. She's like, what? I literally just found out I was pregnant 2 days ago. Like, how do you know? I'm not even showing anything. You know, for some of you, it could be that. Let's see. Oh, I feel like that's a male. I feel it's male energy. So that scenario that I just gave, either you are a male telling a woman this, okay, maybe you guys just engaged in sexual relations and you realize, dang, like we just made a baby. Like I know I just got this girl pregnant. All right, you may be a male that's telling a female, your wife, your girl, even if this may just be, maybe I was just having relations and you like, dang, like I got this girl pregnant. You know, I do feel that scenario also with the pregnancy thing. I feel like someone is going to be telling someone they're having a son. Like I just feel a male energy when I went to talking about pregnancy. I just feel a male energy. So this may be a male telling you that you're pregnant. Like, hey, hey, I let one off, and I think you're pregnant. You know, maybe the condom bust they didn't tell you, and now you find out you pregnant. You confronting them. But I do feel this energy around that someone may be either telling someone, hey, you're pregnant, or someone may be getting the news that they're having a male child. There's this masculine energy that I'm feeling with this particular card when dealing with pregnancy. So you may find out you're having a son, or a male may tell you, look, you need to take a pregnancy test because I think you're pregnant. I think we just made a baby. But let's go into this. For the most part, the main message of this card, those of you who picked it, is having a vision for yourself and making it happen. Those of you who fall into the shadow attributes of this card, you know what it is that you're doing. Alrighty, Spirit. Ooh, what was that? Ooh, surrender, fear. Let go of the fearful stories. Yep. All right. Now, this goes back to what I was telling you guys who may have this vision for yourself. All right. And maybe there's a little bit of fear behind, taking the necessary steps that need to be taken for you to make this vision come to life. So if there's any fear in reference to you, these dreams that you may have, somebody wants to be a dancer that's just totally random. If you want to be a dancer, and I'm not talking about a stripper or anything like that. I mean like a hip hop. I just see this hip hop type dance. There's some fear surrounding that person that wants to be a dancer. I also hear a piano playing. That could be because I need to turn my music on, or some of you may want to learn how to play the piano. Maybe you want to. Somebody. I know somebody was like lying. Why y'all told that girl that y'all know how to play the piano? You know you don't know how to play the You know you don't know how to play the keys. Why did you lie and tell this girl that you know how to play the piano? Now you scared because you don't went on YouTube trying to learn how to play, and you don't really know what you're doing. And now you done told this girl to come over for dinner. Wow. Wow. Let me find Let me put my meditative music back on because these messages are coming through. Y'all a trip. Some of y'all are a trip. You done told this girl you know how to play. And you really ain't know how to play. And now she's looking forward to you playing. And now you're scared because you done lied. Told this girl you know how to play. You don't know what you're doing. Or some of you guys have dealt with this a scenario like this where maybe you dealt with a guy that told you he knew how to play. Y'all probably came up with a whole um y'all probably some of you guys got some very good ideas and I ain't even gonna say nothing because I'm tapping into a few of you all's ideas when I brought up that piano. Some of y'all got some good ideas. Don't tell nobody. Keep it to yourself. Write you out a plan. All right. Let's just say whatever you're gonna do gonna take you 5 years. All right. Write you out some goals, some little intermediate goals that you know you need to meet to get there. But I want to congratulate you guys and don't let fear stop you because I definitely feel like some of you have some great plans. I had to turn my jazz back on. But surrender fear. Let go of the fearful stories you are telling yourself. Stay in the moment, focus on solutions, and celebrate every baby step forward. Yes, so for those of you with these big visions and things, celebrate the little baby steps that you take and don't let fear hold you back, all right? What's that saying? If your dream ain't big enough, if you ain't scared of your dream, it ain't big enough or something like that. So it's natural. When you're trying to do something big, it's natural to have fear. Just don't let the fear stop you. Don't let it hold you back, type of thing. For those of you who pick card number 3. Now, at the bottom, we do have surrender to the wisdom of your body. Listen to your body's messages about a person or situation. If you feel physically drained or uncomfortable, be cautious. If you are energized and happy, move forward. So this goes back to those of you who I said you want to collaborate with different people. Okay, you have this vision and you have people in mind that you want to work with. Okay, let's just say you approach those people. Listen to the wisdom of your body when you're approaching those people. Okay, do these people make you feel good or do you feel like, yeah, I may have wanted to work with them, but I don't think our energy gonna work out together type thing. So this pay attention to how you're feeling about things. All right, so that's the message that I have for you for those who pick card number 3. Stay true to your vision. Don't let nobody stop you. And don't cut corners trying to make it there. All right. Moving on to card number 4. If you chose Mahogany Obsidian. Let me turn that down a little bit more. What is this one? Gossip. Gossip, gossip, gossip. Oh, the messages are pouring in. Gossip, gossip, gossip. Those of you who pick card number 4, this new moon may be bringing up for you. You may be seeing in which ways gossip has ruined relationships for you. How many of your life lessons have emerged from participating in gossip that has harmed another, or from rating a relationship by whether a person is willing to share secrets with you? Wow. Mm, 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 mm. Associated with rumor spreading, backbiting, and passing along information that's exaggerated, harmful, and intended to disempower someone. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, 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 guys. Well, let's get into the light attributes. Awakens considerations for the feelings of others, honoring trust. Now, for those of you who pick card number 4, very, very, very interesting, especially with this new moon energy. You guys heard me when I said Scorpio deals with secrets and what lies beneath. Who trusted you with their secret that they asked you not to share this information with someone? But no, you had to run your mouth. And now you're realizing what running your mouth did to your relationship with this particular person. Now, for some of you, going back to the light attributes of this gossip card, you are someone that does not like to deal in gossip. Maybe it's so much gossip that comes to you, you get disgusted. You're disgusted by people could just how people could just sit up and talk about one another and then go hang out with like that. It's crazy to me. It's so crazy to me how people can be. This person's supposed to be your friend, or this person's supposed to be your favorite family member, and all that. But when you're around them, what are they doing? Talking about somebody else, right? And then you may notice when they get around this other person. Let's just say you, Taisha, and Lily hang together. You, Taisha, and Lily hang together, right? Lily just recently started to feel some type of way about Taisha. Somehow, some way, Lily and Taisha done got into it. Now both of these people are your friend. You're in the middle. Let's just say Lily comes to you with some information that Taisha told Lily 3 years ago. Taisha asked Lily not to tell no one what happened. But since Lily gets mad with Taisha, Lily decides to come and tell you all her secrets and tell you everything that has taken place. And let's just say you said, you know what, Lily? I don't even want to hear that. And now I'm looking at you some type of way because I done told you some stuff. What if me and you fall out? You gonna go and tell Taisha? So you may be experiencing some things similar to that as to where you may find yourself in the middle of two best friends, or even if they weren't two best friends, but two friends or two family members, cousins, aunts and uncles, brothers and sisters type of thing, where it's a lot of gossip and they're trying to put you in the middle of it, but you're like, wait a minute, hold up, because I don't do the gossip. I don't want to hear about Lily. I don't want to hear Lily. I don't want to hear what you got to say about Taisha. Taisha, I don't want to hear the stuff you got to say about Lily. Y'all keep me out of that. Y'all work that out. All right. So for some of you, it may be situations this new moon is bringing up to where you realize, you know what? I'm so sick and tired of gossip. Y'all know what song I hear? Gossip Folks by what's her name? Come on, y'all. Y'all help me. Y'all know who her name is. What's her name? What's her name? Missy. Missy Elliott. Gossip Folk. You're tired of gossip folk. You're tired of it. You're tired of the gossip. Others of you, like I said, some of y'all like gossip. Some of y'all feed off of the energy because you're in a low vibe. You're in a low vibe. And when you down, you like to see other people down. This may be unconsciously. When you're in a low vibe, you may want to talk about other people. I feel the need to kind of play a little bit of Missy. But yeah, some of y'all like that drama. You know what I'm saying? You like to hear other people down, and that's not good. That is not good. You know, Missy, she made this song because, I forget what particular disease that Missy has, but she was like, people was talking about, how she lost all this weight and she must be doing this. Like, it's just stop spreading information. Stop, number one, stop spreading people's secrets. If they ask you not to say nothing, don't say nothing. Because if you told them something that you didn't want them to tell anyone else, and then you find out that they told somebody, you're gonna be upset, right? Let me play Missy. Talk what you know. Okay. It was just so much. Let me put my jazz back on, but she just said so much in just that little bit that I let her play. Like, you got gossip about who somebody's sleeping with. And it's just so much with this car. It's just so much that my mind is it's just going right now. There's so many different scenarios that pop up for me when I see this particular energy. Some of you, for some of you, this is with your mother. Okay, you may have told your mother something and she done told everybody else, and this is like, Mom, like, come on, man, I came to you as my mom, thinking I could share this information with you, and now you just done told it the whole family. Like, it's just so much. I hear stuff with sisters going on, right? Bickering with sisters. It's just so much. It is just so much that I'm feeling that I just feel like I need to just go ahead and go into my surrender deck. This card is self-explanatory. Either you're someone that is going to go through this Scorpio new moon is going to bring someone some lessons about gossip. Okay, how gossip is destroying your relationships. Okay, if you look over your life, have you always been the one in the middle of stuff? Have you always been the one in the middle of gossip? In which ways has this destroyed your relationships with people? Okay, people that care for you, people that love you, but you can't keep your mouth closed. You're always running your mouth. You're always talking about people. All right, or for others of you, it may be information that's always coming to you, and you're just sick of it. You're sick of hearing about other people's business because you did not ask to hear these people's business. These people's business don't got nothing to do with you. You could care less what someone is doing with their lives. Okay, so for others of you, you're just sick and tired of the gossip. Let me see how long we've been on here because I've been running my mouth. Oh, we've been on here for an hour or so. All right, let me go into my surrender deck. Because, like I said, this gossip card is self explanatory. So, for some of you, this new moon energy, you're going to realize, dang, you know what? I have one relationship running my mouth, being gossipy. Or you may realize, dang, everybody around me, all they do is gossip. I'm sick of that. I don't want to hear that. All right, so for some of you, this is going to be bringing up people are gossiping about somebody talking about somebody's appearance and what they look like. Oh, the last time I seen them, they were like this. And now look at them. Like, it's just so much out here that I don't even want to really even go into this card. Y'all know this is self-explanatory. You know what side of the coin you fall on. Either you someone that's gossiping, ruining relationships, talking about people, or you're someone that's sick of hearing gossip. But let me go into my surrender deck, Spirit. What message do you have for those who chose card number 4 in reference to what they need to surrender to? Card number 4, gossip. Gossip, folks. Gossip. I always want to talk about somebody. Always got something to say. This could be how disgusted some of you guys are with people in your lives, always running their mouths. Don't know what they're talking about. Surrender to inner peace. Some of you guys are so disturbed by this gossip. Okay, people making up stories about you, talking about you. Just so much. But y'all know, those of you who pick card number 4, y'all know if y'all fall in the light or dark attributes. And if you fall in the dark attributes, this new moon is really going to allow you to see in which ways that you're destroying relationships with people who love you from running your mouth. You ain't got to share everything. Instead of sharing other people's information, look within yourself and deal with your own darkness. Stop talking about people. Stop spreading information if you ain't hear it from the horse's mouth. And especially if somebody asked you not to share information that they share with you, don't share it. Okay? No one's ever going to trust you because you run your mouth too much. And my apologies, you know what I'm saying? If you feel like I'm coming down, but y'all know what you do and you know where you need to be better at. So be better, do better. Okay, because what goes around comes around. It's a never-ending cycle of gossip, 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 gossip. Come on, people. It's people who chose this. They're sick of it. Okay, I feel like majority of you who chose card number 4 is sick of the gossip. Others of you who chose this card, y'all know who y'all are. You know in which ways your gossip and running your mouth and talking about people and making up stuff about people is ruining your relationships. And if you want to have healthier, better relationships, stop gossiping. Surrender to inner peace. Cultivate inner peace on a daily basis. In quiet, meditative moments, focus on the stillness within and enjoy this inner refuge. Others will feel your good vibes too, and your life will flow more easily. So those of you who are surrounded, those of you who pick card number 4 and you're sick of the gossip, you're tired of it, surrender to inner peace. Don't let that stuff get your spirit stirred up. Just know that these are people who are what? In their shadow side. All right? They're operating in their lower self. And if you are someone that used to operate in gossip, and that's how, because a lot of people, that's how they bond. They bond by gossiping and sharing information. But if you're someone that has lived like this and is tired of it, and you want to operate like this, you need to doggone work on this inner peace. All right? Because when you're working on yourself, you could care the hell less about what anybody else got going on. It ain't even about them. Okay? And let me tell you what I say. When people come to me with gossip, you know what I say? That's their business. I don't got nothing to do with that. Every time somebody try to bring somebody else's business to me and gossip about them, I shut their ass down and I tell them that's not none of my business. It's not. Why should I be concerned with what somebody else got going on? If they ain't asking me for my opinion to help, who am I to put my mouth on it? Why should I even care about these people's business? It don't have nothing to do with me. So next time this person or people try to come to you with drama and gossip, that ain't got nothing to do with me, sis. That ain't got nothing to do with me, bro. I don't want to hear about that. Because some people be down and want to hear other people down. So this is what's needed. Also, at the bottom of the deck, we have surrender to play. Take a break from overthinking a goal. Do something fun. Play is a time of recreation and rejuvenation. So those of you who are going through all this gossip, people talking about you, running their mouths, don't know what the hell they're talking about, you guys need to go and let your hair down, have some fun, and surrender to that inner peace that's needed. Because I do feel like a whole bunch of foolishness. Just a whole bunch of foolishness with that freaking card. Moving on to card number 5. This is the tech type. If you were drawn to tech type, card number 5. Ooh, the teacher. Ability to communicate knowledge, experience, skill, or wisdom. So some of you literally, this new moon, you decided, you know what, I want to go back to school. I want to be a teacher. Okay. Others of you may have putting together some type of class that you're going to sell online and teaching people. And now you're going to be making money off your courses. Okay. So some of you may be selling courses. Others of you may be teaching your children, because I do get a sense of children when I see this card. You may be teaching your children new life skills, all right? And maybe some life skills that you just learned, and now you're like, I want my children to know this so they don't make the same mistakes I made. So now you're teaching your children things, certain life skills that they need to know. Also, others may, like you may find with this new moon energy, cards just keep dropping over here. You may find as well with this new moon energy that you're just imparting wisdom. Because when I see this teacher card, it makes me think of wisdom as well. You may be imparting wisdom in others. Again, I think I say this basically every pick a card. Sharing your wisdom with others through experiences. Sharing your wisdom that you gained through your experiences that you had. Now, the shadow attributes of this particular card is manipulating or abusing students. Ooh. Oh my God. When I just read that sentence, I'm feeling a child that works that does homeschooling. So they do online schooling. And I feel like this child is not getting, because I don't know how it works for you all, but my kids are doing online schooling and they have to like hit this little icon where they can raise their hand. And I feel like there's a problem. There's a child that's having a problem with their teacher with this online schooling thing. I feel that for some of you, as to where the teacher is not very attentive. It's not even that they're trying to manipulate the child. It's just that they're not very attentive. It's like this child is always forgotten. It's like, the teacher calls on all the other students, and it's like when it comes to your child, it's just like, what's the miss here? So I feel like some of you are dealing with that when it comes to the online schooling, dealing with a teacher that's not very attentive to your child and their needs. Maybe they raise their hand and they never call on them, and you may have to step in a lot of the times for your child. Others of you, speaking of, I keep with card number 5, I keep seeing parent-child relationships. Parent-child relationships. So for those of you who pick card number 5, I do feel like you may be realizing, and especially if you are, especially if this new moon energy is bringing up stuff from your past, I feel like some of you are realizing in which ways you picked up certain behavior from your parents that wasn't healthy behavior. Okay, maybe some behaviors that you realize, dang, my mom used to do that, my dad used to do that. I have kids now, and I can see where I'm exhibiting these particular behaviors towards my children, and I didn't like when my mom or dad did that to me when I was a kid. So why am I doing this to my children? All right, so you're deciding to make a change in reference to these behaviors that you realize you picked up from your mom or dad, and you were exhibiting these same attributes towards your kids, and now you're realizing, you know what, I'm not gonna do that because I didn't like the way that made me feel, or this made this mental imprint in my mind, so I'm not gonna act like that. It could be some subconscious things coming up when it comes to this particular part. I see a lot of parent-child things coming up. All right, where your child could be watching you, so be careful of what you do and say around them. They kids, listen, kids not slow. Kids are not slow, and they will pick up on things. So I feel like there may be some behavior, especially when it comes to shadow attributes, that you're unconsciously teaching your children. You don't realize that you're teaching your children to act or behave in this particular way. All right, so I feel like there's definitely a lot of things coming up in reference to that, or you could be taking a hard look at what you're teaching your kids. And for those of you who don't have kids, you could be, like I said, looking at your life, realizing, you know what, when I bring my children into the world, I'm not going to discipline them this way, or I'm not going to be hard on them about XYZ, because you realize in what ways that harmed you as a kid growing up, and now you don't want to do that to your own children. Um, so I do see that she has a globe on here, and the globe is kind of open up. Okay, so you could be learning. Someone is teaching children overseas how to speak English. Well, someone that chose this card is teaching children overseas how to speak English, or that's something that you would like to do. Others of you, like I said, you want to be a teacher, so you're going to be going to school for it. Some of you, this is a VPK position. Some of you want to work in a daycare. Some of you may want to open up a home daycare. Um, someone just met a professor. Someone just met their professor, and they happen to like their professor. Norway. I hear I hear Norway. I don't know what that has to do for anyone. Um, Someone is trying to teach their child math. Someone's child is having a hard time in math. So you're trying to, like, go to the store and get flashcards and stuff like that to really help your child and go over it with your child. Some of you need to sit with your child and, like, even though, like, I don't know about you all, but I know for my kids, they have to do independent reading. Some of you need to actually sit there and let your child read the book to you so that you can see what they're struggling with, so that you can help them better pronounce certain words and understand what they're reading. Because a lot of the times children, they read, but they don't comprehend what they're reading. You know, they're not reading to understand. They're just literally just reading the words because they're just not learning. So you may be teaching your child how to read to understand. Let me see what else I get. Kidney beans. Kidney beans? Someone asked you how to cook kidney beans? Okay, that was random. Someone called you up, asked you about your kidney bean recipe. How you do kidney beans? Hmm. Yeah, that's pretty much all I'm getting. Let me go ahead and pull a surrender card for you all. You have surrender to your intuition. So yeah. Oh, and we have surrender to trust at the bottom. Yeah, so for some of you, you've been you've been feeling pulled to be a teacher in some kind of way. Like I said, some of you want to go to school to be, like a daycare type of worker type of thing. If you're feeling pulled to do that, do so. You may have you may be wondering why your child is acting a certain type of way. They may need some certain type of attention. So if you've been feeling like, man, I got to get to the bottom of why my child is acting like this, or why my child having a hard time with online schooling, or even let's just say your child goes to school, they may be dealing with bullying at school, and you may just be feeling something. So surrender to your intuition, tune into your inner voice, be aware of any gut feelings, flashes, knowings, or aha moments that come through to guide you. So those of you who pick card number, there's a teacher who feels like a child is being abused. Please follow up with that, because that child is being abused. You are a teacher. You feel like one of your students are being abused. Follow up on that. Listen to your intuition, because that child is being abused. So please follow up on that. Get that child with safe family members. Do what you need to do. We have surrender to trust. So this is about you. Those of you who pick card number 5, you need to trust your intuition. All right. Even if you're not a teacher, or you don't want to go to school to be a teacher, in some way, some way, shape, or form, this new moon energy is going to allow you to either see how you're teaching your children, or even yourself. It could be some behaviors that were taught to you that you need to work on. Also, for others of you who pick card number 5, like I said, with going into this surrender to your intuition card, this could also be you having like a feeling that you need to do something, or okay, you may need to say something. It may be a teaching moment, but either way, just follow your intuition. When it comes to those of you who pick card number 5, follow your intuition when it comes to um the things that you're picking up on, as I was divining this particular teacher card for you all. Surrender to trust. Trust yourself in your decisions. Don't be swayed by other people's strong opinions about what to do. Now, I feel like this trust card goes back to what I was saying about those of you who realize you want to raise your children a different way. Or maybe you want to be some type of instructor. Okay, maybe you want to be a fitness instructor. I used that example the last time. Maybe you want to teach people how to do Reiki. Maybe you want to teach people how to cook. Maybe you want to, whatever it is that you want to teach people, Spirit is saying listen to your intuition about that. Whatever direction you feel pulled to go into, listen to your intuition and trust your intuition. Take action and be confident that you have chosen the right path. Some of you, maybe you already are a teacher and you're wondering, like, man, I'm dealing with XYZ being a teacher. I don't think I want to be a teacher. Did I choose the wrong career? No, you didn't. You chose the right career. You're on the right path. Just because you're meeting a challenge, that don't mean, switch up, because you don't know what God has for you and why you chose this path and what blessings are, coming your way. For those of you who chose to be a teacher and maybe questioning, was that the right direction for you to go into? So definitely always trust your intuition. And before I close out the reading, I want to kind of just do a little past, present, future spread for the collective, just to see where is it? Where is it? I want to see what type of energy shows up. Here it is. This is a highly collective past, present, future reading, but I just want to see. I'm going to do this from a collective point of view. So, Spirit, you know who's going to watch this video and tune in. Whether they watch this now or next year or a few months from now. But what is the past energy, the overall past energy of those who view this video? What is their past energy? Past energy of those who view this. Pick a card reading. Past energy. Okay. So, past energy, the Four of Wands is a good energy. You were content with whatever you had going on. Things were going pretty well for you. You were at peace. Some of you even started something new in the past that Spirit is saying continue to work on. So that's pretty good that the energy, your past energy was pretty good. So you were feeling content about stuff and things were going good for you. All right, that present energy, that's the 4. A lot of 4s. I'm going to fall out of my chair if another 4 comes out. But we have 2 4s, so that lets me know that you were in a place of feeling stable. And if you were not feeling stable, this new moon energy is going to bring you to a place as to where you're feeling stable. A lot of you right now may be feeling a little disappointed about something, maybe upset about some things. Like I said, this Scorpio new moon energy can really bring up a lot. So some of you may be feeling disappointed about something, discontent about some things in your life. Some of you may have felt like you missed a particular opportunity. Some of you need to just simply open your eyes to what's around you now and not look at the past, but look at, if you're going to look at the past, look at the things that you learned. And like I said, always take that wisdom that you gained from those experiences. But there's 2 4s here. And 4 and 4 is 8. And like I said, the new moon represents new beginnings. And it talked about all sorts of transformation and things happening with you all. Let me pull this down here. So yeah, so I feel like there's definitely going to be a lot of transformation taking place, with this energy of this new moon. A lot of you all are going to see, how do you need to be better? How do you need to be better? In order to further your goal and further the things that you're looking to do. All right, like I said, that Four of Cups energy is, feeling discontent and, but let's see what your future energy is. What is the collective energy of future energy of those who view this video? What is the future energy of those who view this video? For the Scorpio new moon, in what ways are they going to change their lives for this brand new cycle? King of Water, being in tune with your emotions. We do have the wheel, there's the 10. So you're definitely at the end of a cycle, and it's definitely going to be a new beginning for you all. Yep. Yep. Because you're looking for a new start. We have the King of Water. I'm not surprised to see all of this water energy. As I stated, this reading is for the Scorpio new moon. All right. So a lot of you are going to be more open. All right. With this new cycle, you're going to be more open to other people's advice. All right. Because you're allowing yourself to trust. You're trusting yourself more. All right. A lot of you may begin to see those who really care for you when you start to make these particular changes that need to be made. You'll be left with people around you that definitely care for you. All right. Some of you may be seeing in what ways you need to have compassion for others. Maybe you're too hard on. Maybe your views are very pessimistic. All right. So now you're getting out of a pessimistic way of thinking, and now you may have seen where you pass judgment on others. All right. And now you're like, man, like, I see where I was wrong for doing X, Y, Z. A lot of you are going to be in your feelings for the most part. A lot of emotions coming up. For some of you, romantic feelings, for others, just wanting to really, nip certain things in the bud and really, start fresh. Even if that means, like I said, you having to walk away, okay, from these people that you feel bored and discontent with, or possibly starting a new career or anything like that. But there's definitely a new beginning in your emotionally. There's a new beginning, all right. In the way it may be some emotions that you're really letting go, all right. Especially with the wheel here, a time of positive change. A situation suddenly moves forward. Fortune is on your side. So for those of you who do the work, who will be 100 with yourself and know, and have realized the ways in which you can do better, you're going to do that. And it's going to bring new opportunities in for you. All right. Spirit is going to be blessing you because you did the work. You didn't stay in denial. You didn't play the victim. You realize in which ways you needed to do and be better. And you did that. And that's going to bring new opportunities for you. That's going to have you very emotionally fulfilled. You're going to be happy. All right. Lots of support around you. Heavenly support, angelic support from your ancestors. Very, very beautiful energy for those of you who are willing to do the work. For those of you who are honest with yourself. You know, those are the people who see the rewards of these new moons. The people who are real with themselves, the people who do the work they know they need to do. And then you'll see the manifestation. You see all this stuff harvest around the time of the full moon, which I don't have the dates for that right now, but I'll let you guys know. But yeah, so that concludes the pick a card reading. I hope these messages helped you to be a better you, to help further your soul development, to help you have some type of understanding, to inspire you, to motivate you. That's the reason why I do these things. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. And I will catch you guys soon. Peace, love, and light. Enjoy your new moon.